Hello guys, welcome back to episode 6 of, well, I suppose season 1. And each draft we do will be a season. And each time we publish a book will be a season as well. Because obviously, the process of publishing a book is no short amount of time. So, we'll probably do book tours and whatever the house tells us to do, and that'll be that, of course, right? So, what a wonderful thing it is to be an author. Let me just make sure that camera is not too bad looking. Yeah, what a great thing it is to be an author. What an absolutely magnificent thing it is to be an author. Yes. Painful thing to be an author as well, though. And tonight we dive into the climax of the Inciting incident. Right? It's a brutal battle. It's a very small battle, but it has many sides to it. And the old man dies. And the boy, again, is on his own. He must figure out how to survive in a world that's full of dangers, in a hopeless world, a world that wants you to never succeed, a world that would rather you be dead. That's the world this boy has to figure out how to survive in. And of course, he's in a forest full of animals, wild and dangerous as well. And then, just like Harry Potter, he meets all the other kids in chapter 3. And the novel kind of sort of really kicks off then, right? We spend the first 2 chapters really diving into the main character, the boy. So, anyways, it's been a great day. And I've had my dinner and I've relaxed for a little bit. I think it's time to dive into this. I haven't written since last Tuesday, and they were kind of failures. I just didn't write, but I think that's because the scene is very, very intense. Right, we're dealing with the death, the first death in the novel, and it is the death of the old man, leaving the boy lost, alone, and hopeless again, in a world that doesn't want him, doesn't need him, and would much rather him dead. So guys, let's get into it. As we say, there's nothing to it but to do it. So let's do it. Just make sure this is correct. See you on the other side. Well, guys, I went a little bit over, but I think that's a great place to stop. Yeah, that was the climax. We just wrote the climax of the inciting incident. Mind you, we're only in draft 2, so it's still going to change, and it's just going to get more intense every time we change it. Just brutal, man. Just brutal, I tell you. Just brutal. Oh, I got it. The inciting incident truly is, it's just brutal. Like, imagine the first, no, not, well, imagine the first big death you've ever experienced in life. That's what the inciting incident of this book is. Every single human, and this is why I tell people that the ancient world is, it explores the human zeitgeist. Because the inciting incident is something that every single person has lived through. It explores a boy going through his first important death. And when I say important, I mean like when I was 4 or 5 years old, my grandfather died, but I was too young to understand, and I didn't really have a relationship with him to understand because, I was too young. But when I was 15, my other grandfather died, and I spent my entire life learning him and getting to know him. And my other grandfather is my hero in life. And so when he died, that was a massive, major death. It was the first important death in my life. And it weighed on me heavily. Anyways. Everyone experiences their first important death, and that's what the inciting incident of this book covers. The boy loses the old man, the only person who protects him in this new, dangerous world that he's in, the ancient world. Anyways. Yeah, it's quite something. It's quite something. Yeah, that was a pretty intense scene, guys. You really want to make your, if your inciting incident doesn't give you an emotional response, don't expect it to give anyone else an emotional response, right? So make sure that inciting incident pops. Make sure you are deeply affected by it. Make sure your entire novel should deeply affect you, as it will affect other people. It's brutal what the boy went through in the first chapter here, in the inciting incident. Think of Luke losing Obi-Wan Kenobi. Think of Obi-Wan Kenobi losing Qui-Gon Jinn. Think Frodo Baggins. Think Samwise Gamgee losing Frodo Baggins. Think Frodo Baggins losing Gandalf. Alright, that's what this inciting incident is. Yeah, it's quite brutal. Quite brutal. But the thing is, the angle of the ancient world, the angle that I'm taking is mental health. So, and let's give this a contrary angle. Tolkien, his angle in Lord of the Rings was English mythology. He wanted to express and explore what it would be like to see English mythology in fantasy and how that would look like representatively. I, in writing the Ancient World 27-book mega multi-series, The Future of Literature and Media Entertainment, the angle that I'm taking is what the mental health would look like in a high magic, a high fantasy, low magic, non-fiction universe. So Tolkien wanted to have the English mythology and fantasy. I want to take the mental health in fantasy angle, right? So I'm really trying to explore, and I'm doing it from an educated perspective too, so I can do it comprehensively. But yeah, mental health is my angle. So I'm really trying to grasp the depth of the emotions through the experiences of all the characters, at least all the main characters. And there are a lot of main and supporting characters, right? There's 33 main kids, and then there's tons more, but there's 33 main kids. Well, there's 30 kids, but if you take into account the triplets, that makes 33. So Ibrax comes across the 30 surviving kids in chapter 3, but at the end of the book, we discover, well, throughout the first book and at the end of the first book, we discover that Ibrax is one of a triplet. So we spend some time in the book rescuing his other two brothers, and that makes the cohort, the surviving children cohort, 33, on top of the 30 that were surviving after the Great War. So there's 33 children in total after the end of, but like they're never ever really full, and if anything, the group of kids are, but there's 33 main and supporting characters. Like we're talking about like the 33 main and supporting characters in Harry Potter, right? You got Harry Potter, his two best friends, Ron and Hermione. You got his nemesis friends, Jimbo from the Severus, anyways. And then you got all the other supporting actors from all the other girls, and all, from Neville Longbottom to all the other people. Like there must be about 30 different main and supporting characters in the Harry Potter cast, and that's not what I'm aiming for, but that's what I've ended up with in this series of the Ancient World, this 4-book series, the 4-book main series of the Ancient World. The 33 main characters are Ulfin, Nadur, Furno, Skar, Leo, Borin, Niros, Tyrios, Masium, Axel, Mutrin, Dagado, Unukren, Barado, Gorikian, Nordabo, Norduro, Norbaled, Betani, Emira, Nixa, Sisan, Kayeti, Sarah, Natalian, Courtney, Ithraelum, Noafrari, Bolelelo, Mare Yulun. And then there's Ibrax, Kera, and Dabri. And those are the 33 main and Ibrax is the main character. Dabri, his brother Kera and Dabri are the main characters, making the 3 triplets, and then everyone that I just listed are the supporting characters of the main characters. Yeah, anyways. Thank you for joining me today in this documentation of Draft 2 of the Ancient World, and I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Thank you very much for being here. I'm Dave Prince, the author of the Ancient World, and you are here with me as I'm here with you, and we are here together creating this book. Thank you for being here. Crazy.